Hey everybody. Why is that telling me I don't have sound? Okay, that says I have sound. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in everybody. Okay, so doing something a little weird. Not weird, just different for me. I haven't done this in a while. Um, and I am using OBS to stream so that I can use my webcam so I can get a top-down view of my desk. Really wish I could get a full view though. Whatnot, you need to give us horizontal feed. Just saying. Okay. So we'll see. I may ultimately decide that I don't like this. And we may pause the show and I may go back to my phone. But we'll see how it goes for now. I'm also just double checking because I'm supposed to be streaming to YouTube. And I'm going to pull that up because I have a tendency to forget to do that. And then I never can tell. So hi everybody, happy Friday. How are you? Welcome in. I am Whitney with Girl Friday Crafts. We're going to do a little craft demo today. Not what you're staring at right now. This is what I was just working on that I need to clean up. Although I'll show it to you because it is super cute. Let me know where you're joining from. I like to know that. Let me know what you're doing this Friday. It is finally absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous fall weather here in the Midwest, in central Illinois, and I'm so excited about that. So this is what I was working on earlier. It's actually just on YouTube working on this. It's a little Thanksgiving themed, Friendsgiving themed junk journal. Oh, man, yeah, I don't know that I'm gonna like this very much. Okay, so I'm gonna stop messing with the camera. I promise. I also forgot to get other inks out, so I'm gonna have to do that. So you know, it's got this little tie closure with my little organza ribbon that I'm obsessed with. And you open it up, it's got this little turkey on the inside. She also has her little tie closure, like so, right? So when you open her up, it'll look like that. Open this, and you've got that waterfall is going to make me cranky there. You've got your little flip out pages, right? And when you open this up, you've got some waterfall pages in here. And we've got little pockets put in right now. And then I have just a gazillion other, you've got this little waterfall on this side right here. And then I have the pile of embellishments that I have sitting on my desk, waiting to be added to this journal is extensive. So that's what I was working on earlier. So that is on my YouTube channel. What I'm going to do today here, because I've got like 8,000 projects that I'm trying to get finished. I can't decide, and you all can help me. You can tell me what you might be the most interested in seeing. I'm going to have to go grab some ink. So I have, these are all pieces for little treat bag holders, little candy holders. So we've got that. And with some extra paper in here to do some double-sidedness on some of these things. Let's see, this is the cover. Is that not print cover? I don't have a cover to the kit to kind of show you what it looks like. So that's one thing. The other thing that I need to work on, I do have one finished, well, sort of finished, I messed it up, but is these little coffee themed gift card holders. So they've got little tags that I can't pull out of there because it got glued down. little tags. Got different types of coffee. This pulls out, so you can write a little note there. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Happy Friday. How are you this Friday? So I've got some of those to work on. So I'm going to go grab my little thing of inks. And if you have something that you would like to see me do the most, let me know in the chat. I'll be back in 2 seconds because my inks are right here. I was using ink on my earlier project, but I was only using my brown, and I want to have some different colors here. All right. So I'm not seeing any opinions in the chat, so I'm just going to go with the candy holder. So I've got all this just patterned paper that we can use to make some things double-sided. But I've cut out most of these. So they're little coffin boxes. And so you've got little pieces like this. I have way too much stuff on my desk, y'all. Oh, hi everybody. Hello over on hello everybody over on YouTube. How are you? I'm gonna remember to say hi. I am streaming on Whatnot, so I've got 2 chats going. What was the question? The question was whether or not there was a preference in what I work on first between the little candy holders or these little fall themed, like sort of pumpkin spice latte themed gift card holders. Pizza here, Drake. So there's these little sort of coffin boxes, right? So we've got, I think we get 6 out of the kit, and you kind of mix and match how you want your designs to go. The other thing is, if you wanted to make them double-sided, you could do that too, right? So let me separate out all the embellishments from the coffin boxes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, just making sure I have all of my. Oh no, 6. So I am missing a cover somewhere. Interesting. Or I just can't count. 3, 4, 5. No, I am missing one of these somehow. Interesting. All right, well, we will just put that one aside. I think I'm going to make these double-sided, though, so I'm going to use some of this extra paper. Okay, so I'm going to take this one, and I'm just actually going to, it's not the most, really going to have to make sure I'm staying in the camera. So I apologize. Y'all fuss at me if I get out of the camera range. Y'all fuss at me because I do not have my full camera range here. So this is not exactly the greenest way of going about this. I'm just going to take this and we're going to put a little glue on here. I'm going to glue a couple of these down at a time to give them an opportunity to dry before I try to start cutting pieces. I did not, and I apologize, I did not load up the bin. I was going from one thing to the next today. I don't know that I have anything listed, but I do have all of these kits. So the Friendsgiving one that I was showing you, as well as these, the one I'm working on and the pumpkin spice latte, I do have them all. So if there is one that somebody is interested in, let me know and I'll create the listing for it. Just kind of one of those days. So I was on YouTube earlier and I almost, instead of going on YouTube and then coming on to Whatnot and doing a separate project, I almost just did one thing, my Whatnot thing streamed, but I need the watch hours. I want the watch hours on YouTube. So I was like, nope, we're going to keep them separate so I can get the watch hours. So this here, make sure I have that going the right way. There's also tags in here. So if you do a Halloween tree, hello everybody, welcome in. And I'm going to get a giveaway started here in a few minutes too. Actually, I'll do that while I'm letting this dry. If you do a Halloween tree, you could actually attach one of these tags to like the back of the candy holder and then tie it onto your Halloween tree, or put names on it if you're doing that. So we're going to let that stuff dry for 1 second, and I am going to get a giveaway started. We're just going to do some vintage Halloween stickers. I got the best compliment the other day. So I do stickers for giveaways. I do vintage ephemera. I do, I don't know. I do different things. Why did that? Okay. Supposed to list 3 giveaways. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and start that. Sometimes little magnets. I mean, I do giveaways as just a little thank you for people for spending time with me, because you have a lot of different sellers that you can be watching on Whatnot. So if you're hanging out with me, just a little thank you. I got a message from somebody who won a giveaway of my vintage. I think it was, excuse me, I think it was Christmas. It might have been Halloween, because I've been doing a little bit of both. Stickers. He said, I normally give my stickers to my daughter, but I'm keeping these. I told her, thank you. That makes me so happy. That's quite a compliment. I want to get some magnets too, because there's some really funny little magnets out there. So where is everybody at in the world today? Where are you watching from? And what do you do for Halloween? Do you celebrate Halloween? Do you pass out candy? Do you have little ones that go trick-or-treating? Do you take trick-or-treating? Excuse me. Take a sip of water here. We have a very kid-heavy subdivision, which I love. And so we often get about 60 trick-or-treaters. And so because our dogs will lose their mind, with the doorbell, I often just sit out on the porch and pass out candy. Kind of depends on how cold it is. Okay, so this is what it looks like with that on the back there. So I've got those double-sided. Now we have a Ring doorbell now. So it'll be interesting if I just put them in the basement and with my husband and close the basement door and they can't hear the doorbell. Will that be a little bit different this year? We'll have to see. But I usually sit outside and pass out candy. Now it goes fast. Let's see, Halloween is a Friday this year. So it might go a little bit later this year then, because we do Halloween in my town on Halloween. And so if it's a school night, because most of the kids in our subdivision are, grade school, middle school, and younger. So if it's a school night, they're out. Like, kids get home from school, those costumes go on, and they are out trick-or-treating so that they can get home and they can, get homework done and like all that stuff. But with it being on a Friday, they may start a little bit later, but it still goes pretty fast. I'm usually not ever out there for more than 2 hours. Now, this year might be a year that I just put the candy out because we go out to dinner on Fridays and that won't change. I mean, I guess we could do pizza Friday and go out on Saturday, but the next day I have a very large vendor event, and I might actually need to be up at the store helping them set up Friday night too. So maybe a little bit of a different Halloween this year, which is fine. It is fine. There will still be candy. I got these little resin. Are they here? They are. I'm going to grab them and show you all. They're so cute. So I do, aren't they cute? They are just the cutest thing. So I do trick or treat. I do goodie bags. Lee's, Bees, and more. You've got some vintage Halloween stickers coming to you. Thank you for being here. I do goodie bags because it's just easier. And I usually like to put a little something non-candy in there. And I was looking at the rings, but to get as many as I needed, I would have had to order way more than, because they came in like packages of 40 something. I don't remember. Ordering them didn't make any sense. And I could get these little resin, like Halloween characters. Look at that. And get what I needed. There'll be some left, but they glow in the dark. They're so cute. I'm so excited about these. Okay. I'm still a child. It's okay. And I do love Halloween. All right. So these are cut. They are, I'm going to have to touch up my glue in a couple of places. Did not probably go as far to the edges with the glue stick as I should have. That's okay. That's why I like this Tombow, because it has this pin tip on it. And you can kind of easy to get into like these little gaps where I might need to add a little bit more glue. Zip dry is really good for that too, because it's got a nice little precision tip. The art glitter glue, our art glue has that too. I was just watching somebody yesterday. It was talking about who has that on Whatnot, and I forget. Artline maybe. I forget. Somebody on Whatnot sells it, and they're buy now. Do this, and then we're going to ink these edges, and then we're going to decide which pieces go on which. Have a boutique bash at my vendor space in a few weeks, and so I want to make up a bunch of these and put some candy in them and give them out as little door prize, or not door prizes, but like everybody gets one kind of thing. Okay, so we've got those cut, and now I have to figure out which isn't that cute. Which inks? I think we're going to use. Where's my Guilty Violet? Where's my Villainous? I don't know what happens with my ink sometimes. Alright, so there's my Guilty Violet. Edges inked up a little bit, cover some of that white where I didn't cut very well. I also just like the look that using ink gives it. So I'm assuming I have some crafters watching. Tell me what you do. Tell me what your favorite craft is. Do you sell crafts on Whatnot? Do you craft live on Whatnot? Do you shop for supplies and Whatnot? If you were making these up for maybe like a Halloween party or something like that, you could use the back side to put somebody's name on. Or again, you have all these little, not just the tags, but like all these little embellishments. So you could, throw that on the other side. These are good for names too. So like, throw that on that side and put somebody's name on it. Okay, so get these edges inked. Hello, welcome in. Happy Friday, everybody. I haven't had a chance to play around with it. I have a Canva template for the candy bar covers, like the full-size candy bar covers that you can decorate and design. So I want to sit down and play with that because I think that would be fun for some Halloween stuff. And for Christmas too, those would make cute little stocking stuffers. That one. Try not to ink my actual hands. I thought I was going to be, I did push the start time of this show back a little bit. I really should have turned that up some. Actually, you're not going to be able to see it, but we'll just have to put the cover on. My project on YouTube took me longer than I thought it would. I thought, I'll be on for an hour and get it pretty much done. Hour and 20 minutes in, and I still wasn't done. Okay, guys, we're going to have to come back and do this as a... Sure, have a good day. I totally get it. Work gets in the way. So many of our fun things. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Okay, so we've got this, and this ready to go. So now we just decide which of the little covers goes where. Okay, so I think that one needs to go there. And that one with that. And then put that one with that. And then you can also, because you have them double-sided, you can use the other side. It really doesn't, you're not confined to one side or the other. Did I just do? Okay. All right, so this one first. And take my scoring tool and score along this edge. And then I'm going to fold that in like that. And fold that in like that. I'll go ahead and ink this just a little bit. If I was being really creative, I would have taken like orange or green, add some different colors. And then to get this to pop out the way you want it, you're going to take this edge here and fold it into here. A little bit of an angle here. So it's not going to necessarily be a perfect fold, but that's okay. Here's my bone folder. That. I really need to clean this mat off. Okay. So then, when you glue it on, you glue it to the front, it pops up like that. And then your candy just drops down in there. Now, you could, if you really wanted to, attach it to the back. Totally up to you, right? Either way works, but we're gonna attach this down on the front. And what are we gonna use? I'm gonna use tape. I'm gonna use glue. Where's my tape? Okay, I have 2 rolls of double-sided tape on this desk somewhere. There's one. There we go. That'll work. We're going to use some double-sided tape. Lots of different brands of this. I prefer score tape. I think it holds better. And I'm just going to split it up too. I'm going to cut that because I just did not put that down the right way. So I'm going to cut that there. And then back. Yeah, it should go. Well, maybe not. Okay, maybe this would be why I glue. Maybe this is why I should be gluing this and not taping it. Glue the next one. Get a little bit where I can see it better. There we go. Okay. straight. Cut a little bit of that off. Edge there. Oops. Don't cut the paper. That's not what you're trying to do here. Alright. This. And this. This. And I'm just going to take it and I'm going to tape down one side. And then tape down the other side. And I should have thought to grab a piece of candy to kind of show you all. But because of how much, can you see how much that angles in at the bottom there? If you drop like a fun size Snickers or, small thing of the fun size M&Ms or something, it won't drop all the way through. Now, if you tried to do a bunch of like Hershey's Kisses or something like that, they might start to fall out of the bottom. But if you're just doing a little fun size candy bar, then they will fit. I've played around with them. Some other ones that I made just practicing. Okay, so that's one of them. And then, like we were talking about earlier, if you have thank you for the share. If you do like a Halloween tree or do like a candy tree, if you just take your hole punch and, hole punch the top and put some ribbon on it, make a little hanger with the ribbon, you can hang these on your Halloween tree. So we're going to do these other ones. I'm actually going to try to use my scoring board here to kind of get a good fold. This is a little tricky because we're at an angle. Sometimes I am not the best with my scoring board because I get offline and I don't get the fold right. But when I do get the fold right, it does make a very nice clean fold. And the edges in there. Actually, I'm going to flip this one over, and I think I'm going to put this on this side, and we're going to glue this one this time. Hello, welcome in. How is everybody? Oh, I got to remember to fold these though. Okay, so to get it to stand up, right, and you fold these little flaps in half. We are going to, I'm going to run another giveaway. Just some vintage Halloween stickers. Thank you all for being here, hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I'll use my glue stick this time. We'll see how this goes. Let's try to experiment with my glues, different projects, and try to figure out which I like better. Obviously, that's a little bit easier in the application because I don't have to worry about lining it up like with the tape. Right there. And I was telling everybody earlier, I forgot to was just moving fast from one thing to the next today. So I do not have any of these kits loaded in the bin, but I can get some added. So we got that one, and then that on the back. And then our last one is this one. Little pumpkins. Let's go ahead and ink this. Okay, edges there. Hello, Foxton. How are you? Actually scoring in the right place. I'm doing well. Glad it's Friday. Glad it's Friday. It's been a long week. Not that that's much different anymore. Saw a meme the other day that said, somebody asked me, how are you? And I looked at him and said, whoa, whoa, whoa. That is like a 3 margarita question these days. And I was like, yeah, that's probably about true. That's about right. That's about right. But I am happy that it is getting cooler. It has been entirely too warm for my liking for October. It's not supposed to be 85 degrees in the Midwest in October. So we are finally experiencing some fall weather, although I doubt very seriously we're going to get any color change on the leaves because it's just been way too dry here for too long. But it's long sleeve t-shirt time, so I am happy about that. I was going to put a long sleeve shirt on this morning. You've been making boxes. Tell me more. What kind of boxes? I was going to put a long sleeve t-shirt on this morning, but it was supposed to be almost 80 today, so I didn't. But I've been like a little chilly all day, so maybe it didn't get as warm. All right, I'm going to test out my Tombow. See, I think my problem with liquid glue is that I tend to be a little too heavy-handed. And so, I mean, it's sliders just for storage. That's really cool, though. That's really cool. So are they wood boxes? And that is a skill that I don't have. I mean, it's clear glue, so if it goes everywhere, it's not that big a deal because it dries clear, but still. No. Okay. What do you make them out of? I'm intrigued. Hello, hello, welcome in. And there's about 2 seconds left on that giveaway if anybody is interested. Oh, come on. I mean, I think in terms of like, oh, paper. Oh, that's interesting. Ooh, do you have any? Are they in your, like, can I see them in your buy now? I'm curious. I'll have to bookmark one of your shows so I can come watch. Hello, Dee Dee Crafter. All right, so there's that one. That one's a little crooked. Yes, scoring correctly, right? So I was working on this earlier today, and I was, I had some larger sheets of paper that I needed to score, and I was trying to use the scoring board, and I kept getting the, oh, you don't sew. Okay. Do you craft live on whatnot? Okay, so there's that one. So I think in terms of stability, I think any of the adhesives that I've used would be fine. The just fine. I know how that works. Because as I'm messing with them, right? I mean, I'm not like trying to force them apart, but I'm not really feeling much difference between the score tape, the Tombow, or my glue stick. Okay, so maybe my liquid glue is this feels a little bit stronger, but not enough that would make me say unequivocally, yeah, you need to use one or the other. So that's those, and then we've got all these little tags. So I think what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to make some little dangles. And then, I want to show you all the coolest idea. And I'm going to do it now because if I don't, I'm going to forget. And where's my little... There's so much stuff on this desk. It's not even funny. Okay, I need to find the little bag first. Oh, here it is. Okay. So, this is one of those things that when the woman who creates these kits, so I'm a ambassador, right? It's a company called Papercraft Socials. Those of us who are licensed to use them, to teach, to sell, all that, we're called ambassadors. And I was watching her. She does tutorial videos for us on how to put the kits together, and then, if we're teaching and we need a tutorial real quick because maybe we haven't had a chance to do one of ours yet, we can use hers. I was watching a video, one of her tutorials, and she was punching holes in stuff to make tags, and she's like, okay, now, here is something to think about. And I was like, how in all of my years of paper crafting did this never occur to me? Okay, so I've punched holes in that piece of paper. I do that every time. That is a very cheap hole punch. So I have all of these little pieces, right? So shaker cards, right? How awesome would all of these little pieces be to hold on to for shaker cards or for little snow globes? So we're going to have a snow globe kit coming for Christmas. And I was like, how in the world did I not, or like, make your own confetti. How in the world have I never thought about that? Thousands and thousands and thousands of times that, yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm this many days old. So I have this little Ziploc bag now that I just keep on my desk. And so when I hole punch and I need to clean my hole punch out, I dump my leftovers in there. I really need to get a better hole punch. I mean, this works fine, but when I try to do what I just did, it comes apart every time. And then I have to put it back together. And now it's not going to go back together. Okay, we'll mess with that later. Although I do need to use it to make the tags, so we're just going to take that. All right, so we're going to take some of these tags. So I've got 3 tags, and I've got these little pieces. And then I've got all these little embellishments, doodads, whatever you want to call them, right? Little witch's hat. Ooh, little witch's hat. Really cute. Okay, so when I make this, we're gonna add that little witch's hat on there. That little witch's hat there. So we're going to punch the holes. Do this all at once, but it's a little bit easier. Do the tags first, at least. And I'm going to just going to stick with my purple because that's what I've been using. This. I'm just going to put one of these together so you all get the gist of it. Oh, I don't want to use the portion. Oh, it's too big. Right. So let's see. We're going to. I'm going to kind of do this at a little bit of an angle on this one. So, push the hole in that. And then we have the cauldron. Push the hole in that. Right, and then I'm going to take some of my Halloween ribbon, of which I have more than I know what to do with. I really should not have to ever buy ribbon ever again. I mean, I will, because, you know. And that is one of the funniest things to me. So I've been running a craft business for probably, for a little over 3 years. It was 3 years in August. But I've been a crafter my whole life. Like right when you're 8, right? And it all starts like that. And, oh, I didn't ink this. And I was never much of a ribbon person. So I had some ribbon for gifts, obviously. I make, really call them junk journals now, but I make scrapbooks or little albums out of paper lunch bags. And so I use ribbon to tie those together every once in a while on a card or a scrapbook page or something. But, I mean, the amount of ribbon that I had would fit in one, like, small-ish, medium-sized plastic tub. Not one of the big ones. And then started a craft business. And slowly but surely, the ribbon grows. And then I added paper crafting supplies and kits to the craft business. And now the ribbon is insane. Yeah, I have 3 of the plastic storage tubs full to the brim. And right now I have an Amazon mailing bag filled with these rolls of organza ribbon, and then a plastic shopping bag filled with the ribbon bundles from Michaels. So on my YouTube channel, there is a short of me. I think it's called I Blacked Out. Opening a box of ribbon from Michaels, and it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I mean, I love it all, but I'm like, really, I don't need to buy any more ribbon. And then I'll, a project will come along, and I'll be like, oh, but I don't have the right ribbon. I need this ribbon. No, you don't. No, you really don't. This. Right, and then you've just got your little, just a little tag. You could add stickers to that. You could put names on that. And again, in the kit, you get all this extra paper, so you could make all of these double-sided before you put them all together. So just more fun stuff that you could do. If you have little Halloween rub-ons, you could do that. Or if you have a silhouette or a cameo, you could add a name or another little Halloween thing to that. Also got, what else do we have with this? We have the eyeball, and we have, she would look cute on that too. The bat. So again, just little tags. You could also, one of the things that I think is really cute with these tags is to take them, and you can either use the tags that are already in the kit, or you could cut your own. Just use the tag in the kit as one, and then again from the other paper, but glue them together, but only on 3 sides, and leave this one side open as just like a hidden pocket. And you could stick, like if you're doing things for like nieces or nephews or grandkids or something like that, you could stick money in there, or a little note, or even like one of these little embellishments would stick down in there. Just so cute. I love Halloween. I love all the Halloween crafts. Okay. So I think that's it. I just wanted to hop on. I needed to work on these, and I wanted to show everybody. Hello, Ingrid's Crafty. How are you? Happy Friday. I think they're just really cute. And so, yeah, so like on this one, I'm going to take this one, and we're going to make this one double-sided too. What paper do I want to use for that? Probably this. I mean, it is kind of the same paper, but I don't know. Where's the black with the... Yeah. So for this one, I'll make it double-sided with the spider web on the back. But then I want to take and add with a ribbon this little witch's hat on it with like this on there. Okay, let's do that. I want to do that real quick. I want to see it. I need to see it. I need to see it. These little pieces out of my way. Okay, I'm really going to make myself clean up this evening too before I get done. It's been very, very bad lately. One of my goals for this year was to clean up my workspace at the end of every day. And I did really well with that for probably about 5 months. And then I feel like after we got back from vacation, everything sort of fell apart. And I have not been cleaning up my space at the end of the day. And I come in the next morning and I'm like, ugh. Because it's not like it takes me very long. Because 15 minutes later, the next day, my space is cleaned up. But so we're going to keep these, and I'm going to punch some holes out of those. I'm going to let that sit and dry for a second, and then we're going to ink this little hat, and I'm going to go ahead and ink this, but we are going to use black for that. Black soot out. Anybody have? Okay, thank you. I will check my messages as soon as I am done. Anybody have any big plans for the weekend? For the evening? Well, it's football season, so lots of that happening. We are having dinner. We go out to dinner every Friday, no matter what, but we are having dinner this evening with some friends. And I've got lots of crafting to do this weekend. So you might see me over the weekend. I'm working on something that I think might be of interest. I need to work on some bracelets and some earrings and what else did I say I was going to work on? Oh, bookmarks. And I do actually have some little Halloween coasters that I'm going to make. Because we are still in Halloween mode at my vendor space. I've not transitioned, obviously, to Christmas there yet. And with the big Halloween boutique bash at the end of the month, I've still got a outlet for. See, I'm not scoring in the right place right now. Still got an outlet for Halloween. And I got some really cute. I'm sure if everybody's familiar with Essential Stencil, but they have a breast cancer fundraiser going on right now. So they have like these craft for a cause stencils, and isn't she adorable? So you get 2 stencil sheets, and it's got these on there. So I got these the other day, and they came with there was like a Christmas set, there was the Halloween ones, and then some like fairy garden ones. And I got those Halloween ones. I'm like, I have to do something with these. I'm sorry, they're just too cute. And so I have some wooden coasters that I got. Anybody follows Roy Cycled on Whatnot. I have some wooden coasters that I got from her, and some of those smaller stencils would be really cute as coasters. So I just need to paint them. I need to paint the coasters and then add the stencils to them. A little bit of gator hide, and we're good to go. So it cracks me up. So when I was little, I hated the color pink. When I was in high school, I hated the color. Like, honestly, the majority of my life, I have loathed the color pink. Like so much so that like a girlfriend of mine from high school was getting married, and she asked me to sing in her wedding, and she was like, you can pick out whatever you want, but I want it to be pink. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, Becky, like, how in the world are you doing this to me? And found a dress, did what she asked. It was her wedding. My mom and I went shopping, and I'm just like, I hate this. And I don't know what changed. I don't really know why, or when, but because I was never, I won't say I was never a girly girl, because I actually really was. I was not a tomboy. I did not like to be outside. I did not play sports. I was totally into makeup and clothes and all the things. So it has nothing to do with that. I just loathed the color pink. And now I am like all over it. Pink Christmas, pink Halloween. I am obsessed. And I think it's pretty hilarious. Don't know where it came from. Don't know why. Don't really care. Doesn't really matter. But I do think it's funny. My husband thinks it's funny too. So we've been together for, let's see, it'll be 20 years this year, at the end of this month. And I mean, he's even noticed it because he likes his women girly. And I joke with him because I'm like, I don't know what the hell you're doing with me. Because the older I've gotten, I still wear makeup and all that stuff, but I'm less of a girly girl the older I get, except for pink. And he's even asked me, he's like, where did this come from? He's like, not that I'm complaining, but like, if I suggested you wear something pink, you would have like smacked me. I know. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Just roll with it. And so I am all over all of the pink Christmas and holiday, or Halloween and Christmas decor. My booth at my big vendor event in November last year looked like Barbie threw up in it. And it was perfect. It was absolutely 100% on point. But even my mom was like, really? I'm like, yes, leave me alone. And it wasn't just because it was, what was trending. I really and truly liked it. Okay. Well, that's fine. All right. So the Tombow liquid glue does take a minute to set, which is actually kind of good because I put that one in the wrong spot. So you do have a little bit of a moment to kind of move something around. There's that. And then we're going to take I'm going to put this hat in here. Actually, I'm going to put the hat on the back one. Okay. I'm going to take the hat and we're going to punch a hole through all of this. And then we are going to take, not pink. Where is, I pulled it out. Interesting. Okay, well, I have some of this black organza, some of this black ribbon. I have some of this organza ribbon in black. Words are hard. And I thought I pulled some of that out. So I might end up swapping this out for that because this might be a little too much pink. But I'm going to take this. Now, if you wanted to hang this on a tree, let's do it like that. If you wanted to hang this on a tree, right? You're going to take it and you're going to fold it in half to get it small enough to fit through my vegetables here, right? And then to may not have cut enough of this to actually do this right. I'll try. Tie it in a knot right here. Right. And then you have the little loop. And so then that would just hang on a tree. Now, if you were just putting the tag on it to put the tag on it like I was, you would just tie it the way we did the other tags. I'm not going to do that. So there's that. And it's got her little head on there for the extra. Yay! Those are so fun. And you could actually, I mean, depending on who you were doing this for and how much you really wanted to jazz it up, put her on there too. Or put her on the back. If I was going to see my nieces on Halloween, they live in a different state. If I was going to see them on Halloween, I would make up little things like this. I have some other stuff to send them for Halloween, but I would use these for them. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I hope you have an amazing rest of your Friday. Let us find somebody to raid. How do I do that from here? Oh, I did do that. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll just do it from here. All right. I saw it earlier on my computer, but I don't remember. So let's go find somebody to raid. Let's go raid Uncrafty Lauren. She's doing beading and jewelry making supplies right now. So Lion's in the chat for the raid. Everybody's however we said hi. And you all have a wonderful weekend. I might be on this weekend. We'll see. If not, I'll be back next week. Talk to y'all later. Bye.